In this video, we'll take a look at the initial step for using SCADA Connect, which is configuration of the gateway between TopView and the SCADA alarms. First, we'll give a brief overview of the gateway for each SCADA. This is usually the OPC server from the SCADA vendor. Next, we'll show you how to launch SCADA Connect so you can configure the gateway through the Install for HMI step. We'll discuss the gateway configuration options and configure the gateway. A few SCADAs require the user to perform additional gateway configuration steps, so we'll discuss which SCADAs and the steps you need to perform. For additional details on the material covered in this video, please see the SCADA Connect User's Guide. We recommend installing TopView on the same machine as the gateway. This will reduce connection issues between TopView and the OPC server. If you're comfortable with the configuration of remote OPC connections, TopView and the gateway can exist on separate machines. For Aveva InTouch and System Platform, the gateway is the OPC server in OI Gateway or FS Gateway. If this gateway is not installed, you'll need to install it before proceeding. For Aveva InTouch Edge, GE iFix, SciTech, ClearSCADA and GEO SCADA, Siemens WinCC, Rockwell RS View, and RS Links Pro, the SCADA includes an OPC server that can be used as the gateway. Rockwell FactoryTalk View SE does not include a free OPC server, so you'll need to purchase FactoryTalk Gateway from Rockwell and install it on the TopView machine. To configure your gateway, we need to launch SCADA Connect and perform the Install for HMI step. In TopView version 6.34 and earlier, you'll see a SCADA Connect shortcut on your desktop. Right-click the shortcut and choose Run as Administrator. In TopView 6.35, you can launch SCADA Connect from the configurator. You can either click Run SCADA Connect in the lower left corner, or click the SCADA Connect status link at the bottom of the configurator and select Launch SCADA Connect. Once SCADA Connect has launched, select the Install for HMI tab. In TopView 6.36 and later, SCADA Connect is integrated into the configurator. To access SCADA Connect, you can click the SCADA Connect Tag Importer button located on the Tags and Limits screen. Let's take a look. SCADA Connect will import your SCADA alarm tags into a TopView configuration. This options screen allows you to import the tags into the current configuration or to create a new configuration for the tag import. If this is your first import of SCADA alarm tags, you should create a new configuration. Select your SCADA from the dropdown and confirm or change the name of the TopView configuration that will be created. In newer versions of TopView, you can choose to include example SCADA tags and example output points for health monitoring. In older versions, these were always included. If you include the example SCADA tags, you may need to remove them from the configuration if they do not exist. I'll include them for this demo. This prompt is informing you that you need to perform the Install for your HMI step. The Install for HMI screen has a button for each SCADA system supported by SCADA Connect. Click the button for your SCADA. The options you will see are the same for every SCADA. Wonderware, InTouch, and System Platform have one additional option, so I'm going to show the options screen for System Platform. The first two options are common to all SCADAs. The TopView alias defines the OPC server name for your gateway. Select Yes unless you've already configured an alias. SCADA Connect assumes a specific name for your alias, so if you've already configured an alias, you may need to rename the alias to match the expected name. A single TopView installation can support a primary and failover gateway OPC server, one for each HMI server. If you'll need support for a failover gateway OPC server, select Yes. Most users will select No. The third option, Update Existing Gateway Configuration, is for InTouch and System Platform users. In older versions of TopView, this option is named Overwrite Existing Gateway Configuration. We'll discuss the steps for both options. You should have OI Gateway or FS Gateway already installed on the TopView machine. If the third item says Update and not Overwrite, Select your gateway from the dropdown to allow SCADA Connect to configure the gateway. If this item says Overwrite, you should only select your gateway from the dropdown if you have a new gateway installation. If you have OI Gateway or FS Gateway already installed and configured for other applications, select No. If you select No, you will need to manually configure these settings in the gateway. We'll cover these details shortly. The last topic in this video is the manual configuration steps for your gateway. This only applies to the SCADA systems listed here. If your SCADA is not listed, you've completed the configuration of the gateway, and you can continue to syncing your SCADA alarms to TopView. For the SCADAs listed, we'll briefly describe the steps you need to complete to configure your gateway. The details of these steps are in the SCADA Connect User's Guide. The section is titled Manual Step, Verify/Configure Your Gateway. For Aveva InTouch and System Platform users, you'll use SMC to verify settings in the gateway, specifically the Orchestra OPC and InTouch OPC topics. If you did not allow SCADA Connect to configure the gateway, you'll need to manually create these. System Platform users need to configure an Orchestra user with write permission to allow alarm acknowledgement from TopView. InTouch users need to verify that the InTouch runtime node is correct. Once this is complete, you'll make sure that the gateway is configured to automatically restart, and then restart the gateway. For FactoryTalk View SE alarm and events, tag-based alarms, and HMI alarm tags, you need to set the scope of the FactoryTalk Links gateway to the application and make sure that the gateway is running. FactoryTalk View SE alarm and event tag-based alarms are not by default exposed to the gateway, so you'll need to enable the Show Alarm as Tag property for each alarm. RSView32 users need to enable the OPC server in the startup of the project, and RS Links users will configure OPC connections to each PLC. Newer versions of ClearSCADA and GEO SCADA support OPC private security, where a connecting client like TopView must provide a username and password when connecting. If OPC private security is enabled, you must edit the OPC server alias in TopView and enter the username and password for OPC private security.